prioritizing electrification. That may sound like a lot, but it'll go fast.
When you add that incentive to all the other rebates available, you can get a shiny new heat pump water heater from Griner Heating, Air, and Electric for free.
Especially if you live in Natomas. You won't pay Griner a penny.
Outside Natomas, you'll have modest upfront costs, but with your $2,000 tax credit, you'll break even.
As for those rebates, other companies might make you pay them up front, while you wait to get reimbursed.
But Griner will make them instant and install your new efficient heat pump water heater as fast as we can schedule it. We just can't do your taxes.
The state's incentive program started November 1st, and when the money's gone, it's over.
Griner's really good at this. Out of the thousands of contractors in the state, we were in the top 10 for last year's electrification incentive.
This year, we want to be number 1 and install hundreds. Do you want one of them?
Visit itrustgriner.com and schedule your appointment.
This hour of programming is sponsored by Boost Infinite. Switch today.
Show, a little Hanukkah music for our Jewish friends out there, wishing everybody a very Merry Hanukkah.
I couldn't imagine somebody like Osama bin Laden understanding the joy of Hanukkah.
Good point, George. I bet Osama did not celebrate Hanukkah. Anyway, Merry Hanukkah to all of our Jewish friends here on the Jesse Kelly Show. Let's dig into this one, because this is a juicy one. On last night's show, you blamed the Democrat voters for their misery, not the politicians. Since communism is the religion of the malcontent, do you think on some level the reason they continue voting Democrat is because they actually don't want their lives to be better? They really want to continue being miserable. Okay. This is a very, very fascinating question with a complicated answer. I'm going to play something for you here. This is Jamal Bowman. New York's very own Jamal Bowman, a fresh graduate from street communist to elite communist. Here he is.
We can't deal with anti-Semitism in and of itself without also addressing the issue of Islamophobia.
Why would New Yorkers continue to vote for Jamal Bowman? And they will. He'll be reelected time and time again. AOC is reelected time and time again. Do Democrats, what is it? Well, let's acknowledge something here. When I talk to you about not sending your kid off to a university, what do I always say? What are the teachers trying to do? And in fact, they're doing this in regular schools too, government schools, private schools, K through 12. What are they trying to do? A central part of what the communist tries to do is get your child to hate not just America, not just Catholicism or white men or religion or whatever it may be. They have to learn to hate themselves. Hating yourself is a central part of being a communist. You have to despise yourself. You do. It's why, look, bitterness. Have you ever known somebody bitter? Maybe you yourself are struggling with this right now. It's a human thing if you are, so don't feel bad. You do need to struggle against it and fight back against it, but you ever know somebody who's bitter? Or you're bitter right now? And look, maybe you're bitter for justifiable reasons. Maybe your wife ran out on you, your husband. Maybe your boss did you wrong, laid you off. Maybe you're bitter about the cost of everything right now because everything's so expensive. You're watching your quality of life go down. Maybe that's increasing bitterness. Let me ask you something. As you wade through the bitterness, are you happy with yourself right now? You're not. Of course you're not. Bitterness consumes everything. These people, the people who vote in Democrat in New York every single time, they vote Democrat, they vote Democrat, and they vote Democrat, and then they complain, oh my gosh, the crime, and then they go back and vote Democrat, and then they complain, oh, the corruption, the crime, and then they go vote Democrat again. They feel as if they're giving back by destroying themselves. The communist believes his destruction is for the best and for the greater good. This is why it's crazy when people say, it's not crazy, but it's not a question you need to ask. Why do they do this when they have to live here too? These people will set fire to their own lifeboat in the middle of the ocean because they hate themselves. And in America, the American communists, 100% of the Democrats, and probably 50 to 75% of the Republicans are so bogged down with white guilt, they will go vote for Jamal Bowman no matter how many fire alarms he pulls, no matter how many Jews he spits on, no matter how many times he destroys the economy. They will go vote for Jamal Bowman simply for the fact that he's black and hates the country and thinks America sucks. And they kind of agree, and I mean, I guess we do have to do that out of outreach. And I know that sounds really sick and demented, but again, have you ever, once in your life, known a happy, confident, grateful communist? Democrat. Have you ever known one in your life? You have not. You have not. Somebody who obviously acknowledges they have flaws, but loves themselves, has a great life, walks around happy, joking. Man, what a beautiful day. Oh, I'm glad it's raining. We needed some rain. Oh, man, I'm so grateful we have kids. What wonderful kids. You realize how lucky we are to have kids? Democrats don't talk like that because their entire religion involves guilt for even being alive, guilt for using resources, guilt for being white, guilt for living in America, guilt for that. Everything has to be burned to the ground. It's why, you know what's fascinating? Here's something for you. What's fascinating is to listen when Democrats talk in a different way than you have listened before. And this is what I mean. You know who Democrats are talking to lots of the time? The reason they say things that are so insane, so crazy, it makes your stomach turn, and it makes you full of rage, and you're saying, who would go along with things like
We
this?
can't deal with anti-Semitism in and of itself without also addressing the issue of Islamophobia.
Who would ever go along with something like that? Here's another one for you. We're going to get to how you need to listen to him. This is Ibram Kendi X, one of these black supremacist types.
I don't think white people worldwide have really reckoned with how much their own personal identity is shaped by constructions of whiteness.
Yeah, he goes on, and I'm going to play more later on in the show. But you listen to that, you roll your eyes, no matter what color you are, you roll your eyes, you mock that guy, that's a scumbag, it's a communist, but he's not talking to you. When Joe Biden speaks, he's not talking to you. When Dick Durbin gets up and talks about putting illegals in the military.
What troubles me about the debate now with the southern border.
Yeah, we don't need to hear it again. They're talking to liberal white women who hate themselves. They hate their skin color. They hate their country. They hate men. They hate prosperity. These are mentally ill liberal white women. And you can go look at all the numbers. We've covered them time and time again on the show. You know a liberal white woman like this? We call her liberal Aunt Peggy on the show, but do you have someone like that in your life? An aunt, sister, cousin, co-worker, neighbor? Do you have someone in life? Somebody, you know what you can already picture. I know you are. I know, Chris, you have somebody, don't you? You can picture the look in their eyes, that deranged look in their eyes. How many antidepressants is she on? About a half dozen. She is, isn't she, Chris? I knew it. I knew it. They all are. They're all on antidepressants. They all have that that crazed look in their eyes. They'll all fly into rage at the drop of a hat. They hate themselves. They hate their husbands if they happen to have one. They hate their community. They hate their prosperity. And listen to me, that violent, deranged commie nutcase, she is the beating heart of the Democrat Party in this country. Why is every single part of the Democrat message, every single part of it, it's all about how much America sucks. This place is crappy, and it's racist, and it's colonial, and it's whitey, and it's evil, and it oppresses people. Why do they talk like that when that doesn't appeal to you at all? They're not talking to you. They're not even attempting to talk to you. They're talking to liberal Aunt Peggy. And when she hears these people speak like this, It speaks to her soul.
It's also not a universal truth when life begins. One example is there are Jewish women suing in Kentucky because, according...
That's The View pitching for abortion. You heard that, and you rolled your eyes. No matter your thoughts on abortion, we know exactly when life begins. You know it. But liberal Aunt Peggy, she hears that. She's had her 19th abortion, and she says, yeah, they don't even know when it begins. Those weren't even kids. They don't even speak to you. And that's why. Always remember, when Democrats speak, they're speaking to a violent, vile, liberal white woman. Liberal white women are the beating heart of the Democrat Party. And that's why every time they speak, it's about how bad we suck. Because it speaks to her rotten soul. Alright? Alright. Hey, Plymouth Rockhead. I was wondering if Chalk works on dogs, because my dog got his jingle bells cut off. This dog used to be the best hunting dog ever. He could run 30 miles an hour. Now he's just a lumpy slob gaining weight by the day. Look, I love Chalk. I adore Chalk. But sadly, they have not created any dog products yet. So I can't save your dog, but I can save you. You can get on a male vitality stack, a female vitality stack. Sounds like you'll be outrunning your dog here before too long. Especially once you get a 20% increase in your testosterone in 90 days, boys. Ladies, female vitality stacks. You ready to be bouncing off the wall, cleaning and doing makeup or whatever? CHOQ.com. Promo code Jesse gets you Christmas sales. Chuck.com, promo code Jesse. Can't save your dog, can save you though. Fighting for your freedom every day. The Jesse Jelly. Think for yourself. Pure Talk has you covered for the holidays with a free Moto G 5G phone. No gimmicks, no trade-in necessary. Just sign up for Pure Talk's unlimited talk, unlimited text, and 15 gig data plan for just $35 and get the Moto G 5G phone for free. But here's the deal. You need to move fast because these phones will be gone by the end of the month. So if your current phone is on life support, upgrade for free with Pure Talk. Enjoy 2-day battery life, an exceptional quad pixel camera, and a whole lot more. Just dial pound 250 and say the keyword Jesse Kelly to speak with Pure Talk's U.S. customer service team. They make switching so easy and will make sure you get your new phone. Remember, Pure Talk gives you America's most dependable 5G network at half the price. So make the switch today. Dial pound 250 and say the keyword Jesse Kelly to claim your free Moto G 5G phone with qualifying plan. Pure Talk. Simply smarter wireless.
Big news from our friends at Best RV Center. The end of the year liquidation event is going on now through the end of the year. Cleared out the 2023 models. Everything must go. Listen to this. This is amazing. All inventory is 50% below MSRP, which means thousands of dollars below cost. I mean, that's incredible. Head to Best RV Center in Sherlock any day in November for huge savings and deep discounts on all the 2023s, fifth wheels, motorhomes, travel trailers, toy haulers, and campers. They have it all. Yet, biggest selection in the entire state. Check it out at BestRV.com. Your idea for an invention or new product? Office, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
For more information on contests on this station, go to kste.iheart.com/rules.
As a parent, you know you can't prevent every accident. Add a mouth guard to your child's sports or recreational equipment list to help prevent the impact of a painful and costly facial injury. If your child does sustain a facial injury, seek an evaluation from an oral and maxillofacial surgeon. OMSs are experts in handling injuries to the face, mouth, and jaws. Learn more at myoms.org.
Have you ever thought you're just not a math person? With students more than half a grade level behind because of COVID, it's not too late to get involved and be part of the equation. Get your child on track with math at bepartoftheequation.org.
It's so hard to keep this mouth on my face. It is the Jesse Kelly Show on an Ask Dr. Jesse Friday. I played the beginning of it, and I really should let him play. I'm going to let the whole thing play. But why can't I talk today? This is Ibram Kendi X. He's one of these hardcore communists, the black supremacist types. And I'm going to let it play, not so you can get mad or get worked up on a Friday. Set that aside. I really want you to hear what I'm saying here before we get back to the other Ask Dr. Jesse questions. That when Democrats and their activists, their apparatchiks like this guy, when they speak, it sounds so foreign to you and it's so aggravating to you because they don't speak to someone like you and they're not even attempting to speak to someone like you. This kind of talk is exclusively for people who hate themselves and hate their country and really hate everything. That's who this guy is talking to, not you. But understand, this is the message.
I don't think white people worldwide have really reckoned with how much their own personal identity is shaped by constructions of whiteness. And how much that construction of whiteness prevents white people from connecting to humanity. In other words, I'll let him keep going. Just marinate on that for a moment. As an American, no matter your color, that is how half this country thinks. That white people are evil. You want to talk about setting up a dangerous situation in the nation? What they've done is slow, steady drumbeat of white people. White people suck. White people are evil. Whitey. This is, well, this kind of thing has happened many times throughout history, where there's been a sustained effort by the media, by the politicians, by education, to find a group of people within a nation, no matter what that nation is, white, black, Indian, Jews, Christians, Catholics, Muslims, doesn't matter what it is. It's happened many times throughout history where there's this, we'll call it othering. They're othering. Oh, all these people are normal except for these. All these people are good except for these. These people are the ones responsible for everything. And many times throughout history that has ended ugly. But I'll continue recognizing that you are part and parcel of humanity. In other words, you're not over humanity, right? It allows you to really be able to connect to people who don't look like you, who have kinky hair, who have dark skin, and to see yourself in them. And it's whiteness that prevents that, right? And when you're not able to see yourself in other human beings,